Hello and welcome to our live printer display here at Printer Showcase. In today's printer roundup, we're going to be looking at tabloid color laser printers from Hewlett-Packard, Konica Minolta, Ricoh, and Xerox Corporation. Today we're going to be focusing on print quality, speed, paper handling, supplies, and operating cost. The four printers we'll be looking at specifically are the HP Color LaserJet 5550 DTN, the Konica Minolta 8650DN, the Ricoh SPC 811DN, and the Xerox Phaser 7760DN. So let's get started. So here's the HP Color LaserJet 5550 DTN. This configuration, the DTN configuration, includes standard auto duplex plus an extra tray and this stand which is on casters. The printer comes standard with two 500-page trays. Each one can handle up to 11 by 17 paper and as heavy as 32-pound bond. Plus you have a 5-pass or multi-purpose feeder. This one can handle paper as large as 12 by 18 and as heavy as 75-pound cover. You open the front, look inside. Got to open a few doors to get to the inside of this guy. Has a vertical configuration where the toners are on top of each other. That's kind of unique. One thing we don't like about this machine is it exposes the transfer belt, which is really easy to damage and drop things onto. Also, what's unique about this engine is the toners and photoconductors are married into one unit. The advantage of that is that you have fewer supplies to replace. The disadvantage is there's more waste, which leads to a higher operating cost. So if we take this printer's supplies, which are the 4 toner drum containers, transfer belt, and fuser unit, divide by the yield, we come up with a cost per page of 2.2 cents per page for letter size black and white, and 9.4 cents per page for color letter size at 20% coverage. So to wrap up on the HP Color LaserJet 5550 DTN, in our testing it was pretty fast, especially printing from Microsoft Office applications. However, the limited processing speed would not be recommended for high processing intensive jobs like design, desktop publishing, and high resolution files. The print quality, though good enough for, again, most Office applications like Excel or PowerPoint, would not be good enough for design intensive applications where high resolution images are required or color accuracy is required. Also, this printer of the 4 that we'll look at will have the highest operating costs, so we're not recommending it for high volume applications because of that. And lastly, though the paper handling is adequate, again, for printing letter size and tabloid size paper, there are no finishing options available for this machine like there are going to be on the other machines that we're going to look at. Finishing options allow you to staple, stack, hole punch, and in some cases make finished booklets. Now let's take a look at this new Konica Minolta 8650DN. This printer comes standard with auto duplex for 2-sided printing and 2 trays as well as a bypass feeder. Right here we're seeing it with an optional stand, which is also a 3rd paper drawer, and this bottom tray is strictly for storage. This top tray here holds up to 500 pages of up to 11 by 17. And this bottom tray here handles paper up to 12 by 18. Both of these trays can handle paper as heavy as 90-pound cover. Out of the bypass tray, it can feed up to 100-pound cover and as many as 150 sheets of plain paper. If we pop the front open, we can see where the 4 toners load, the 4 photoconducting drums, and the waste toner. There's also a transfer unit and fuser unit that are replaced in here. So on this machine, if we do the math and take the supplies, toners, photoconductors, transfer unit, and fuser unit, divide by the yield, We come up with a cost per page of 2 cents per page for black and white letter size and 8.9 cents per page for color letter size at 20% coverage. So to wrap up the Konica Minolta 8650DN, the print quality, like the HP 5550 DTN, is more than adequate for most office applications, but it doesn't measure up to the next two printers we're going to look at. The speed on this machine was good, though not as fast as we thought it would be based on the engine speed quoted by the manufacturer, the fact that this has a gigahertz Ethernet and a very fast processor. It seemed to be about the same speed as the Konica Minolta 7450, which is a less expensive machine that we currently sell. The operating cost of this machine is in the middle of the pack. It's not super high, it's not super low, and it could be used for a high volume situation. The thing we like about this printer the most, though, is definitely the paper handling. It can handle 12 by 18 out of the lower tray, which is their designated tray 3. None of the other two printers we're going to look at have this ability. The other printers can print 12 by 18, but out of their bypass feeder. This printer can handle up to 100-pound cover out of the bypass tray. Again, none of the other printers can do that. And then C, this printer has finishing options that include stapling, hole punching, and booklet finishing.